Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. You may be wondering why I look so intelligent. It's probably just the glasses. But let me tell you about a few books that have helped me get to where I am with my financial intelligence. Let's begin. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well and you're ready for the weekend. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want notifications on when I post, make sure to hit the notification bell too. I've been talking a lot lately about what you should do with your money as far as paying off debt, investing, and budgeting. But what makes me qualified to talk about these things? Well, first off, I want to say that I'm not a licensed professional when it comes to finances. Everything that I'm speaking to you about is something that I've done or I'm doing currently with my finances, something that I've experienced. So all I'm doing is speaking out of experience. Today, I just want to talk to you about some books that have helped me get to the financial mindset that I'm at. Books that have shown me what I've been doing and what I need to do. Because money isn't about making money. You make money with a job. You retain money with how you behave with the money. So I believe that your finances all begin with the correct mindset going forward. But this isn't something I've always believed. This is something that has been shaped in me over the past couple of years as I've read more and more. These three books that I'm about to introduce to you or show you again are books that really help shape the mindset that I have right now. Now, I will tell you, starting down this financial path that I started on and that I try to get everyone else to start on isn't easy. You need to be goal-driven and have a fire inside of you to make yourself financially better than you were before. And sometimes there's some philosophies that go against the grain that a lot of people don't agree with or don't fully want to accept. So you're going to get some side eye from people, but you have to keep going. You have to find the people who will support you as you go along in this financial journey so that you can make yourself financially better than you were before. And this way of living is not a way to restrict your finances. It's a way to make you financially free. You're going to feel like you're restricted at first because this is something you're not used to. Like when you want to get a six-pack, so you go work out and then you go flex in the mirror and now you don't have a six-pack and so you just give up. It takes time and you're going to have to keep working at it. But eventually you will be financially free and able to make decisions that make sense for you and not just the money you make. Without further ado, let me introduce the books that I think will help you get on the right financial mindset to get you going on your financial journey. In full transparency, I do have Amazon affiliate links down below. So if you click on those and you buy the books, then it does help me out. The first book that got me started on this financial journey was The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey and Thomas Nelson. I don't actually have this book with me because the first time that I read it, I read my dad's copy. So I don't have it, but I have read it and I do recommend it because it teaches the 7 baby steps that Dave Ramsey preaches. The first baby step that he goes into is building a small emergency fund of $1,000. So when you go on your financial journey and an emergency does happen, you're able to cover it and you don't have to go back to square one to cover the emergency, and you're able to keep going on your journey. Because as we know, when things are going good, anything that can happen will happen. So you need to be ready for that. This small emergency fund won't cover all emergencies, but it will help you if you have an emergency here or there. The second baby step is paying down all your debt besides your mortgage with the snowball effect. I made a video on the snowball effect and other methods of paying down debt in a previous video. So if you want to go check that out, you can. But Dave Ramsey recommends the snowball method, and he goes into this in great detail to show you the importance of it. Now, in the third step, you have all of your debt paid off besides your mortgage, and you have a small emergency fund. But the third step is now time for you to make that small emergency fund into a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. 3 to 6 months is a long enough time for you to be able to handle an emergency if you were to, say, lose a job or, say, some worldwide illness hit that causes your finances to go down. Then there's steps 4, 5, and 6. These steps all kind of run together and depend on where you're at in life. You should always be doing number 4 once you get past step 3, which is to invest 15% of your pre-tax income into retirement accounts. Steps 5 and 6 depend on where you're at in life. Step 5 is to save for your children's college, so when they get out of college, they get out of college debt free. And so if you don't have children, don't plan on having children, or aren't going to have children for 10 years, this is probably a step that you can bypass for now and come back to later when kids come into the picture. Step 6 is paying off your mortgage. Earlier, we paid off all our debt except for the mortgage, and now's time when we invest our 15% and have all of our bills, and then everything else that's left, we throw at the mortgage and pay it off as quick as possible. Now, I know it's crazy and you think that paying off a mortgage is going to take 30 years, but it doesn't have to. You can pay off your mortgage quicker. But this is also another step where if you're renting and you don't plan on having a house for a while, maybe you save up for a house so you can put a bigger down payment on your house, or maybe even pay for it cash if you rent for that long, where you can save up that amount of money. Finally, step 7 is to build wealth and give generously. Building wealth is much easier when you don't have debt, you're not worried about emergencies, you don't have a mortgage payment, you don't have to pay for your kids' college anymore because you've already saved up for it. Now the money you're making goes to maybe your electricity that you're using, gas, vacations, but really everything else comes in and it just builds wealth. And if you're investing in good growth stock mutual funds, will grow over time and have your money work for you. The other part is to give generously. In steps 1 through 6, you probably didn't do this alone. You probably had some people that helped you along the way, some people who gave you advice or gave you money even. So these are the people you help out. After that, you tithe and you give generously to charities and anything that you find to be a noble cause. The next book I want to recommend is Chris Hogan's Retire Inspired. This book really helped me to understand that retirement is not an age, it's a number. It's a financial number. And once you reach that financial number, whether you reach it at 65 years old or 35 years old, you can retire. Now, that's not to say you have to retire, but this book really brings down the notion that you have to work until full retirement age just to enjoy the last 20, 30 years of your life with the money you have. This book really helps you set the goals you need to set so that you can get to where you need to get to retire when you want to retire and not when you're told to retire. And just because you reach your financial number at 35 doesn't mean you have to retire at 35. If you enjoy what you do and you want to keep working, because then the next step is to build generational wealth that maybe your grandkids could live off the money that you leave your kids, and so on and so forth. And then it builds from generation to generation. Instead of a family tree, now you've got a money tree. And Chris Hogan is a Dave Ramsey affiliate, so this book does reiterate some of the values that are expressed in Total Money Makeover and shows you how these values affect your retirement and affect your financial number that you're trying to get to. The last book that I want to get to is also linked down below in the description, and it's called Everyday Millionaire by Chris Hogan. This is another book by Chris Hogan that I really found to be quite inspirational as far as building finances. Everyday Millionaire really takes away the notion that it's impossible to become a millionaire and that the average person can't become a millionaire. Because they can. You can become a millionaire by following the steps in all the books that I've laid out previously. To me, this is another mindset book, a book that helps you get in the mindset of you can be a millionaire. This book has the largest study of millionaires ever and puts all of that data into one book for you to look at. And basically what it does is it compares what non-millionaires are doing versus what millionaires are doing. And if you're in the non-millionaire category, then that's probably the reason you're not on the right track. And you need to try and adjust your mindset to get to the millionaire mindset. And yes, it does talk about how many millionaires inherited their wealth. And newsflash, it's not a lie. A lot of people are first generation millionaires, meaning that they're the person that built their wealth to become millionaires. Maybe you can be the next millionaire. Like I said before, you make money with a job. You retain money with how you behave with the money you make. Now, I've read more than 3 books, but these are the 3 books that have helped me catapult my financial IQ, that helped me understand what I was doing with my finances and how I could be doing it better. And my hope is that you can get these books, read them, and really see where you're at. Take inventory of where you're at right now after reading these books, and then apply these books to your life. And then in 1 year, see where you are. You may not be done with your financial journey, but at least you'll be further than you were. And that's the important part, is making progress. Sometimes it may be slow, but you're not going to get a six-pack overnight. You have to keep working out and working out and working out, sticking to a regimen, sticking to your goals, and being consistent. Consistency is key in everything that you do. All right, that's enough about the books. Let me show you what I've invested in this past week in my M1 Finance account. An M1 Finance account that you can start below with the link down in the description. So as always, we're going to generate our random numbers, and then I'll tell you what these are. At 146, we have the Discovery Channel. This is the C series of the A or C series of the Discovery Channel. At 119, we have Comarco. At 222, we have Hasbro. And at 2, we have Abbott Laboratories. At 186, we have Fastenal Company. And at 111, we have Citrix Systems. And at 487, we have Welltower. Now, as you see, I'm putting $70 into this pie that then puts $10 into each of these since there's 7. And I'll keep you updated on how this does throughout the year. At this point, you can see that my portfolio is down 6%. But that's okay because we've got a long year ahead of us, and also the stock market's down at this time. So if you have a positive gain in your account right now, you're doing very well, seeing that the S&P 500 is down for the year. But also, if you're looking to investing like I'm investing, where I'm essentially making an S&P 500 index fund, is not how I would invest. What I do instead with my money is I invest in S&P 500 index funds that are already made. So if you just Google S&P 500 index funds, you'll come up with some good ones that you can research and look into and see how they're doing. If you want to get started investing today, you can use the links down below to start an M1 Finance account or a Robinhood account. And if you want to learn a little bit about budgeting, debt, or investing, check out some of my previous videos that I've made. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya!